Yeah, Francesca Michelin's merchandise. Yes. I am sick and tired of my comfort zone. It's something that served me for years, but now I'm starting to feel it is like these sources told me. And first, I acknowledge you, my High Chief. I love you. Grazie for the support. Yes, because now I see how all my life, especially the last 4 or so years and more, I've been tested and tested and tested. And good, because that's and that's because that with each step I was like boom, beaten down, and I got up like in wrestling, and I did every single time, and I will always continue to do that. But there's more to it than just me like pointlessly like self-sabotaging, and then because that's, I don't know what to call it, the elites, the devil, the Matrix, Agent Smiths of the world, whatever. I literally heard that, and it resonated so much recently, a message from one of these videos that resonates, that universe sends us. If you see something on your recommended page, you should probably watch it if you feel like it. And I did feel like it, and it was like exactly what I needed. Why do I feel so drained now? Like I did all this work, all this inner work, all this spiritual healing, inner child healing, younger self, inner teenager, and I just feel drained, still feeling stuck. Well, I definitely let go of some major things, but now there's this actual final boss, and that is not what we talked about before. What we talked about before, that's just the result of that. That's the Agent Smith, There's something behind it, and that's my comfort zone. It's not even comfortable at this point. I feel avoidant. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells every day. I can't even fucking go and eat a meal without like, what if someone's gonna say something? I'm hiding and shit, And I did stand up for myself. Once again, these things are designed to, maybe the devil, I don't know, but to, and by the way, it's my responsibility. I still have the choice at the end of the day every time. So I'm not here to like, oh, poor me, this devil is like attacking me. No, man. Like, we have God. And I was taught to give that to the higher powers, give that glory, give that your struggles, give it to the universe, give it to God. Source, the divine, Yes. And surrender, Okay, so anyway, we have to get something going. My GP, like in RuneScape coins, let's say, my abundance, my money is running out, and that's okay. And I'm kind of glad because that was something that I kept like going to, I'll always have more, whatever. I still have a little bit, but it's like really a wake-up call, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing, because now we have this trip planned where I'll probably spend like the rest of my funds. And it's not that I've been like lazy eating fucking Doritos on my ass. Like, no. I've been doing inner stuff, helping pops at construction work for a while now. Canoes, whatever you need, driving, anything I can help, as long as it's not like, something out of the boundaries, I help out the familia. Yes. And I've been healing stuff, and I've been learning, this one of the final lessons I've been finally learning to stand up for myself. And how did that happen was, and I have to talk about this. The inner child healing, and I know it's like, this woo-woo. It's real! It fucking exists! Like that version of us, every version of us that we were, still exists energetically within us, and it affects us. We can feel it. The fears, the limiting beliefs. I can't do this. This doesn't happen, whatever. Come on. Like, so for example, I always had trouble saying no. And that's one of the things I would avoid, but it would get me. I would get these situations. And for a purpose, because I had to learn this shit. And it's fucking hard to do, but especially as an empath, because you feel other person's like disappointment or whatever if you say no to their idea. Whether it's like a work offer that you don't feel is right for you at the moment, or it's not the right timing. And I did that. And I even said my truth, I spoke my truth. And that's what I'm here for. I'm a Scorpio. I'm gracias, G-Man, gracias. I'm here. I was fucking destined to be authentic and honest. You know, I can't be a people pleaser, nice guy. Sure, whatever. When I mean nice guy, you know, it's like the manipulative kind. Even today, I was like, I felt like this, like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I'm learning to like recognize that and like, oh, okay, that's like an intuition. It was, you know. So I was talking to my sister, and there was this like thing where I was like kind of bugging me, and I thought like, oh, maybe I should say, but I felt that I would be saying it from this like very like, you know, like people pleasing, kind of like manipulative, like this little weasel kind of energy. And I was like, no, I've done that before. I learned my lesson. That was unpleasant. No, we're gonna wait for the right timing. And I instantly felt better. So, good. Yeah, learning. So, now our challenge is to get the fuck out of the comfort zone. So for me, it's to find a job or my purpose. And we have some things going. We have canoes action, you know, starting. I spent my money, there was some terrible purchases, but there was also one major purchase for these canoes business, which will in the long run pay off, but now it has to kind of, we have to like break out of that shell. It's like, you know how I feel? You know in the Matrix movie or film, you know where Neo, he takes the red pill and then he's just like, whatever, it's like some sort of bath or whatever, like some sort of like cocoon, and he's in this like goo, this like sticky kind of disgusting kind of goo. That's how I feel, and I was told that I'm in this stage because this whole thing is a transformation, and I'm transforming into a butterfly. And what does that mean? Into my authentic, real self. You know, who's not going to be pushed around, who's not going to be a pushover, who's not going to be a people pleaser, who's going to stand up for himself and love himself, respect himself. Yes, that's what I'm learning. Because that's the thing. I read this book, Mark Manson, Everything is Fucked. Yeah, it's this blue book, and there's a red one too. Subtle Art of How Not to Give a Fuck. The first one. And there's this lesson that I saw. You see, you know why I do inner child meditations? Because the beliefs we form as a kid, as a child, as a teenager, unintentionally, but it's not our parents' responsibility, it's our responsibility to look into that. Because it affects us big time. For example, here's one thing. So, in this moment I always knew, but I didn't know what it meant for me from my past. When I was a kid, maybe like in third grade, maybe like, I don't know, like 9 years old or whatever it was, 10 maybe. No, maybe a little later. Yeah, like 10, about 10, 11 years old maybe. I didn't realize I was actually bullied in that moment. I had this like classmate who like took my hat and like stomped it during winter, and I just kind of like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, I don't want to cause trouble, and I was always like a polite kind of calm kid, you know, no problems. But now looking back, I read this book, and one thing stood out to me. It's like in life, if you get punched, well, obviously I didn't get punched, but like, you know, metaphorically, you got punched energetically and you didn't hit back or say something back, then one thing that can happen is you start to believe, oh, maybe I deserved it. You know, maybe that person's right. And that's why I probably believed in the way. So we had to go into my inner child meditation, and we had to, boom, punch back the motherfucking asshole. Well, we had to, no, it's not like that, but like, if you need to, but it was just basically you need to guide and tell your inner child, just show like, in that moment, like, first of all, feel it, how you felt, and just show compassion, show support, show that you will be there for yourself no matter what. And that's me. I got me right now. Before I was like always like looking for someone outside, something, some sort of substance, video game, music, person, love, songs, whatever, wrestling. And I would just fucking drain. I was like this leech. I would just fucking drain things. So I was just like people pleaser. And sure, in some ways I was able to maybe succeed with that, but still. But now it's like completely different era. and this shit is earned. It's fucking everyday shit, you know. Yes, and I was able to stand up to like people I was scared of the most, like my mom, for example, and she's lovely and awesome, but you know, I was always like overshadowed because she's like louder than me, and you know, and of course I'm in this situation where I'm like, you know, kind of, yeah, not much, but whatever. But that's the thing, and that was respected because I stood up for myself, and we learned that with my inner kid, my inner child, you know. So my inner child is happy now, so that's awesome. So I feel happier. Yeah, here he is, by the way. Here's the hero. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you, little Graz. Yes. So now I'm saying, how about we take this trip to to Poland and Germany? Sure, and we were gonna get some funds from Pops because we already put in the effort for a long time now. Pops told me that he will give me some GP, some money. Good! So we go there, we take like a little bit clear our mind, some game plan, brothers and sisters. We clear my mind, and together we step out of the comfort zone. You know, even that could be out of the comfort zone. And I feel like my mindset, it needs to like gently, I don't want to be like, oh boom, there you go. No, just gently go from that like big mindset of like, oh, I have to protect myself, I have to say no to everything, and I'm not even like, you know, whatever. So I got in this like avoidant, toxic, walking in an actual kind of situation. And it also affects my relationships. I can't just talk like normally to my parents. You know, I have to like always like strategize, always control things, always manipulate in a way, always like, and I guess there was something to learn from that as well, but it's enough. I'm done with this. Because I can feel it. I can feel this goo. I need to just get it out so I can become this butterfly. Well, butterfly transformation. I've been seeing butterflies too. That's a sign of transformation. So I'm hyped. I am hyped. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's the thing. Comfort zone. And that's the thing. I had so many like these lessons that, to me, always this. And I know that that's a classic lesson in life. Is stepping out of your comfort zone leads to like new experiences, and it's good. You know, you'll be happy. And I did that. I did that in 2023, like a year ago, when I was a guide in the village on that side. That was fucking scary. And that now I believe that we can wake YouTube up just like Maven did, and Maven and Zach, his partner, they did it. I can do it, and I'm here I'm here because I was told by my sources that, and the high chief, that, like, I went through this journey for a reason. I know how it feels to feel alone in this. Also, I'm really grateful that my brother also went for something very similar and still going, you know. So, but I'm here to give back. I love that. Like Maven, he also loves to give back. You know, I can help someone. I'm a natural born guide. That says it says it in my astrology birth chart. And I was a guide, and I'm an introvert, big time. I don't even like talking to people most of the time. Well, I do a little bit, but there's like it's very hidden, and you need to get it like out of me, you know. So, and I enjoy that. That was awesome. I was like this like something just flipped in me, and I was just like tell stories, and I didn't even know that much about that place, that nature reserve, but I somehow just I also have this gift of like using my surroundings. Like even you saw that picture, for example. Like I was like have this like subtle cues or clues or whatever, and I would just pick on them, and I would be able to pick them up. Well, yes, like signs, you know, some assistance, some support from the divine. Awesome. So yeah, and now I can give back to YouTube, and I'll be honest, like Maven, if I can get some money out of that, I would love that. So that was my original intention back in 2012 or 13, whatever it was, when I went to White Talk and I met Vicky C. I wanted to do YouTube for money. If I can get a little spirit change, I'd love that. Sure, I'm not gonna lie, because I learned to also value money, because I'm always abundant, but man, did I make some stupid decisions. Okay, so yeah. But that's okay, we're learning, sure. on G-Man TV. Yeah, and I was also told now is the right time, by multiple sources by the way, now is the right time to start a YouTube channel if you want. You have something to say? And I'm, oh man, I have something to say. We're gonna fight these elites. We're not gonna fight, we're gonna fight. We are being put in our allocated positions now. These spiritual nuts like me, and you know, everyone who's went through shit. You don't have to like identify as like spiritual. You went through shit, you know? You went through problems, pain, heartbreak, rejection, being misjudged, being misunderstood, being abandoned, you know, being replaced. Like, that's fucked up. So we need to stick together, okay? So I'm with you. If you're with me, let's acknowledge the High Chief. Put your ones in the air. I acknowledge you, my High Chief. I'm sorry, I'm just hyped. This is awesome. We can break through that glass ceiling. And just like the Veronicas thing, the song for this video will be the Veronicas Perfect. And it says something along the lines of, I don't need no glitter dreams. I'm okay with crooked teeth. All I need is just to feel like me. And now I can feel like me, that's it. I wish love and abundance and success and healing to my ex-girlfriend, and it's okay. I even support that relationship. Absolutely. Great. And that liberates me. That's how we almost trick the devil, you know? That's it. So now we're on a different path. We need to build something. We need to use these gifts, use these lessons that I don't want to be spinning my wheels for much longer. You know? I'll still be always, and even like things like work, let's say I had like a 9 to 5 job, I could still do my meditations. And as you go and as you do your work, you get signs, you get synchronicities, you talk to people, you see the situations, and you learn from that. So, and it's very possible to, kind of like combine the, let's say, spiritual inner world with the outer world, you know, with the practical, with the work, the whatever, money and all that stuff. Sure. Yes. And also I love, there's also this one thing, let's say when I talk about my inner child, I can just be like, oh yeah, I felt like a kid today, and it's like this subtle cute clue, because I told my sister one time about that meditation I do, and she sighed. I was like, oh man, like really? Like, and once again, that was the moment when I was talking through this like people pleaser, kind of this like weasel, kind of like energy, you know? I felt like this like, oh, let's not ruffle any feathers, but I want to share my experience, which meant a lot to me, and it ended up in pain. So now we know that. And by the way, I even did a meditation on that moment. So you can alchemize the shit, you know? So you can take care of your former self, and that's what I mean when I say you can give to yourself the love, the validation, the approval. You can allow yourself things. And now I'm doing that myself. I was like a very limited person. It's like a little box, because I just like grew up, I guess, just like being like very like, I don't know, just I guess a good kid, but like, you know, but that was maybe a little like, you need to break out of these like self-made prisons or whatever. So yeah, so I got you fortemente fragile, strongly fragile. So I take it as like, that's Francesca Michelian, and that's her t-shirt. Lovely. It says Michelin. Yes. So I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in you. I believe in Crash with Jimmy and Grass. I believe in you, High Chief. The High Chief. I believe in you, inner child. I believe in you, younger Graz. Yes. Yeah, so that's the thing. So there's so many ways, and there's like meditations I learned. There's a frame technique. Oh man, there's so many things I learned that I have to share to help you to be of service. Because I can be of service now. I can help people. I can be a little bit of a guide. I can feel like a friend. Like Maven. You watch Maven. I do. He feels like this like uncle or something. He feels like this like buddy. You know. And it's just good times. And we need togetherness. There's so much separation in the world. I love togetherness. That's one of my favorite feelings ever. So I'm here to create that as well. And to be honest, and perfect is going out of style. That's the Veronicas. Grazie.